just like Scooby-Doo.
All right. I think we are actually live.
Woohoo!
All right. How we sounding, guys? We coming in okay? Sound okay? Stuff like that? Okay, let's see here.
Who's here?
We got Granny Filming was here. JR, Mountain Mariner, Mr. Ed.
Hi, Ed.
We got John Hogan.
Yay!
Dusty Bottom Boys, PJ,
Yay.
or P&J's Homestead. Miss Alone.
Hello, Alone, my dear girl.
And yeah, Ed, that's pretty crazy with your wall breathing.
Oh gosh, yes.
And he's talking about his sauna.
Oh,
It says my cabin is squeaking and swaying pretty good now. Right now, 59 mile per hour, sustained winds, gust to 70. Yeah, I'm probably going to say it's gusting here to probably about 30.
Mm-hmm. Winter has quite arrived here.
Yep. There's Mike Henderson, Peggy Lynn.
Nice.
And there, yep. Granny Filming is back in the house.
Yay.
There's Ashley, Cindy Squirrel.
Hey.
Homestead in the Wood with D. Wow, got a bunch of yous in here. That's nice. Fisherman 506, Panhandle's in here.
Nice.
Susan.
Do I know Panhandle?
They've been in the live a few times.
Okay.
All right. Wow.
I'm glad to hear now.
Got a group of you in here.
Good.
Very good.
Excellent.
So, well, we had our little short live on Saturday, my birthday, and I appreciate those that showing up. That was nice of y'all to be in here.
Very nice.
Hey, Billy, nice to see you in here. Ed says all his snow's blown away.
Yeah, right. That's one thing about high winds.
Yeah, Ed, you're going to have that problem. It's starting to come off the buildings here. It's shaking the house every now and then when we get those big gusts.
Oh, yes. The one that fell off, I was sitting in my corner reading, and all of a sudden it sounded like it was going to land on my head. Came whooshing off the roof.
Yep. Peggy says she does a lot of lurking, but on it because she's on her TV, and that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
And there's Ruby from Rushing Wind.
Ruby.
Ashley's dropping some links. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
So Saturday started our cold temperatures, our sub-zeros.
Yes.
We weren't as bad as Adam and Phyllis. They were down into like -20. We went down to I think Saturday was -4 or -5.
Right.
And
4, I think was.
Yeah, I think it was
the highest I looked at it.
I think it was -4 or -5, like Sarah said, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is I look back at my Facebook, and our first winter here, we had a problem. Well, we had that same problem on my birthday yet again. What was that problem? Pipes freezing.
Yep.
Again.
So
my little trick, putting the fans in there, was not working.
Nope.
And it got down under the house to about 27 degrees and froze the line coming from the tanks into the house.
Yeah.
And I scratched my head, ran around like an idiot for about an hour trying to figure out what to do. And I said, well, there's not much I can do. So we dragged the 100-gallon tank back into the house.
In the bathroom.
Yeah. And filled it with water real quick from the cisterns.
Yeah.
And got it all plumbing in. That wasn't before. I broke a 90-degree elbow on my pecs. And of course, don't you know, I do not have any pecs on the property, any elbows. I got pecs and I've got tees and stuff like that, but
no elbows.
No 90s or elbows, tees. Or sorry, no elbows. I had tees. So I had to do a quick bush fix.
It was funny.
I'm running around the house looking for something I can stick in the hole to plug the hole. Well, I know it's a 1/2-inch pipe, and I'm like, well, what do I have around here that's around that size? So I found a old 4570 round from Jim that was pretty clean. I cleaned it up some more with soapy water and made sure it wasn't all yucky. And don't you know, it fits right inside of a PEX pretty tightly.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the crimp on her, and it's holding. So we have running water again.
We do.
As for the problem we had with the freezing, I found out what caused that problem today.
At least part of it.
Part of it.
Yeah, as far as we know.
There are gaps underneath where the foam insulation is that go around the perimeter of the house. But there's one piece of foam that's about a 4x4 that I left where I could pop it in and out in case I have to service underneath the house. And one of our tarps blew down the hill. So I walked down the hill to get in my snowshoes and packed the trail going up the front trail. And on the way back, I'm like, what is that? And I looked over, and underneath the front porch, the board that I go in and out of, or the foam that I go in and out of to underneath the house, was moved. Mm-hmm. So it looks like we had some kind of critter get in there and move it to the point where it was open probably about a foot. Mm-hmm. So that's where all our cold air came from. And since I closed it back up, it is now 34.5 under the house. So it should be above freezing. We're not going to try to use that system again until we know that it's not going to freeze again.
Yeah. Well, for another thing, it's like 23 outside now, and it was minus four or five then.
Yeah.
And that much could make a difference.
We'll see over the next few days.
We'll see.
But then on Sunday, our temperatures reached down to, I think it was -7 was our lowest that
was
day.
The lowest we've been.
So it's 2 days of hard freeze. Mm-hmm. And go ahead.
But here it is back at 23.
No.
Above.
At 23 above. And we're actually predicted to be up into the.
What are you speaking about?
We're predicted to be back up into the mid 30s sometime in the next few days. So that's going to wreak havoc on the snow, which is okay because I got a good base down on the trail system now. I actually groomed it for the first time today. Zeus, every time we start a live.
Do you want to go on the porch? He says no.
Go ahead and give him his ninny real quick.
Okay.
And I will let me catch up on some of these comments real quick, see if I missed any questions.
Yes.
Everybody's greeting one another. Great.
We can't do that while we're on the live.
It says, "Oh, snow's blown away." Okay, they can. Everyone say happy birthday to Robert. Thanks, John. And Lemon said it was -20 or so here too for the past few days. Oh yeah, it's just crazy the differences in the temperatures, even from here to Willow. I know Adam and Phyllis have been over below 20 below. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Alone, and the others that are saying it. P&J, I appreciate that. And that says, "Good evening. I will join you next week. Deer meat is being oh, nope, you go right ahead. If you've got deer meat being processed in it, go take care of that deer meat, please." Oops, and then there we go. With the wind chill, -4,000 up here right now. God, Ed, I hope not. You'll be looking like a popsicle. Billy says, "Me too, Peglin. I can't connect my phone to the TV." Okay, yep. Malone says, "This is just one of the reasons why I took all the plumbing out of my cabin." And putting together underneath the house real quick, it was a real quick fix trying to block it in. And I know what I need to do now to make it so it's more reliable. I need to fill in all the gaps and seal it completely. And what I'm going to do is I want to make it have an access port inside the house where the air just circulates back and forth from underneath back into the house. It is plastic on the ground down there, so I don't have to worry about the dust or anything like that. And that'll only be used just for the winter time.
Yeah, so heaven knows we have enough dust as it is.
Yeah.
we burn wood.
Yeah. So I think if we put a second vent in there and just let it circulate through, it'll probably heat up a little bit better. It'll take a little time to get it to the temperature I want, but it'll be all right. And there's Northern Girl Hobbies. Just telling everybody, saying hello and telling everybody to smash the thumbs up.
Oh,
got to get ready for a new Reno job starting tomorrow. Very good.
Wow, good.
Hello, rushing wind. Yeah, Ed, you're getting the rushing wind right now.
You are now.
Ashley's dropping some links, and JR says Alaska Engineering. Yes,
it is.
That's a bush fix for you.
It is.
And Malone says it's true ingenuity. I'm one of the things I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start skipping over all the greetings for everybody that it goes in between, so I don't get too far behind on the comments. You all see each other greeting one another, and I'll greet people as I see them coming in as well. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. Just makes it easier on us, so we don't lose track of so much. Oh,
Mhm.
I just tapped the
Just-
thing again. Let's see. Dusty Button Boys thumbs up. You two are getting a heat wave. Yeah, right.
We are. Yeah.
Ashley Curmudge enjoyed Sarah's wet wreath feature.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
If you guys haven't seen Sarah's little wreath that she made, it came out really good.
It's
And did
fun.
anybody catch the mistake in that?
We made one. It
Tell
was
you what,
very silly.
Whoever catches the mistake first and comments on there, we'll send you one out after after we get into town next.
Right.
So watch the video and see what the mistake is. And there's Matt AK and there's Boot Knife. Don't forget the thumbs up. Appreciate that, man.
Right.
Boot Knife, are you that same name sounds familiar. And there's Clint. Good to see you, Clint. Yeah, Zeus is telling me about his week. Yeah.
Yeah.
He tells me
right,
about
he
his
does.
day or his
Oh,
nights every morning at
every
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, oh, goodness.
He gets kind of cranky.
He wants to
John
play.
says Kayla shows up tonight, staying through Thanksgiving,
Oh,
then off to
nice.
combat.
Nice.
Give her a hug for me, John.
Yes.
Give her a hug for me. Those that don't know, John's daughter is in the Navy, and I believe she is a gunner. Or gunner's mate. I can't remember, John. Post what it is. Billy says, I appreciate the reminders on the thumbs up. The chat hides them on my phone. No, yeah, don't be afraid to turn the chat off and turn it back on. Whoa.
Oh.
And as last cut the cord. Good to see you guys
Hi.
in here.
Yes. Probably Phyllis.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Phyllis. Adam's probably listening at the shop.
At the shop. Mm-hmm.
Ashley's dropping links, and Dusty Bum says, "Are you crawl space tanks vented or sealed, Rob?" They're vented on the top. It's just a big tanks you see that you people put in the back of their pickup trucks. They're
Mhm.
round, but they come down like this, like a mushroom, then step in, then down.
Mhm.
So they don't have a tight fit at the top.
Mhm. It's just a little screw top.
Yep, it's about yay big. I actually had to cut a little space into a little cookie out of it so I could fit the
Mhm.
pump down there to pump the water into the other tank. Everybody's greeting one another. Brook Trout, good to see you in here. What about a 100-watt light bulb for a little heat under there? I try not to use things like that because of the power draw.
Mhm.
Thing that we could be contemplating, I was talking with Adam and Phyllis as well as John Hogan about, is getting a diesel heater if it comes down to it, and just pop it under there. We have all kinds of old diesel here. I could filter
We
it real
do
quick.
have the fuel.
Yep. It doesn't take nothing for me to build a fuel polisher. I've done it before for boats. I had one on both my sailboats, my big sailboats. So they're not hard to assemble, so I can clean up that fuel and use it. So that is a possibility. Unless you don't know. Phyllis saying lost power in Wasilla today, and the weather is
Yeah.
awful. I
I
bet.
bet. Yeah.
And there's EG Wife. Good to see you in here. I think we might be getting close to being caught up.
Good.
Anyways, greeting one another. Dusty says, I saw a different one at the end. Okay. Dusty Bottom Boys.
That's it. Dusty Bottom Boys.
Yep.
They got it.
Yep. Write that down.
I'll get you a
Dusty,
wreath.
send me an I'm being mugged.
Yeah.
Send me an email, Dusty. Yeah. We didn't catch it until after the fact. Sarah walked back in the house. She's like, oh, that's the wrong wreath. She put the one that she had made for here over there. So we went back and changed it. That's funny. Billy says, I think it's so cool that so many off-gridders I follow are friends with each other. Yes, Billy, there is a huge community, especially here in Alaska, of off-gridders where we all chat on a regular basis or email back and forth. Zuby, oh, he's playing with a towel. Let him have it if he's quiet, right? Adam and Phyllis. Come here. You want?
He's jealous.
Come here.
We have other people to play with.
But Adam and Phyllis from Alaska Cut the Cord are good friends of ours. We go down and we hang out with them on a regular basis. Monday nights after our lives, Adam and I are on the phone discussing how things went in the chats and the lives and stuff like that. Miss Alone, we email back and forth occasionally. Zuby? You're being bad. Anybody want an Aussie? Not the two that come in here. Oh, he's running.
No way. Want to go outdoors?
But
Go this way?
the community up here, especially with off-gridders and YouTubers and off-grid YouTubers, is very tight-knit. We try to make sure everybody needs something. Hey, John in Alaska, like John in Alaska. You know, if John needs something, somebody will go help him. You know, and vice versa. If somebody asks John for something, he'll go out of his way to try to help. Same thing with, you know, Bill from Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead. Same type of thing. You know, you ask him a question, he'll try to answer. If you need a hand, he'll try to help you. Everybody up here has just been great. I mean, we've met so many people in the few years that we've been here. It's amazing.
Don't let me forget Zuby. He's
Yeah,
outdoors.
she put him outside.
Did you hear the thunder? It sounded like thunder when he runs through the house.
Yeah. He's got pretty heavy feet for a 75-pound dog.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Somebody else got the different one too. I think. Let me see.
Well,
what
how
that
many
is.
can we say?
I think Dusty actually got it first. We might take into consideration sending out a couple.
Who was the second one?
What was that? Was Peggy Lynn Designs.
Peggy Lynn
I gotta
Designs.
scribble that down.
Yes.
Peggy, drop me an email, Peggy.
Yeah.
And I'll have to go back to chat to make sure that those are the first two that said it. Everybody's saying hi to folks. Ashley and Dusty are dropping links. Appreciate that, both of you guys. And Matt and Matt AK's here. Good to see you. Susan, red, not white. Yeah. It's Peggy Lynn Designs.
Lynn.
And I think there was a third one too. I think that was Susan Gotchi.
Susan.
Gotchy. Susan, both you two drop me an email, please. I think they're just doing it now. Good to see you in here, John in Alaska. Hey, there's Tony from Mitchell's in Alaska. Good to see you in here. And John says, yes, she is a gunner's mate. Should make chief by March. And yes, I'll give her a hug for you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And tell her to be safe. I've known I've known 3 of your kids, John. Grilla, Dylan, Kayla, and well, Angie's son Brian. So they're all good kids. Never met Nick.
Nice.
Never met the youngest one, Nikki. Or no, not the youngest. Year oldest, I think. I get so confused on kids. Billy says hello to Mitchell's in Alaska, including Molly. Shannon Hawkins, good to see you in here. Hey guys, cleaning up after supper, listening to you guys, but wanted to jump in and say hello. Or hey, love you all. We're listening here in Kentucky. Well, that's good. Glad you're listening in Kentucky. Hopefully it's not cold there.
Yeah. Should be fairly nice.
Yeah. And Dusty says, if you were sealed, you could circulate the water. And actually, I'm actually going to be talking about that in a video here in the near future, Dusty. You'll see what I'm talking about. And as on to it, Ozzy, good to see you in here. Everybody's talking.
We do get good ideas from our friends.
Yeah. Generally,
Thank
if I have a
Paul.
problem up here,
Somebody knows something.
I'll talk to a few people that I know.
Mhm.
John, my friend Bill that lives about 7-8 miles from here, Adam and Phyllis, and friends of ours that are in town, Johnny and Claire, that have a place in Chase as well. I'll bounce stuff off all 4 or 5 of their heads, and usually we can come up with a.
And we're open to
Fix really
anything
fast.
anybody in our lives has to say.
Yes,
We're
definitely.
good listeners.
And Zeus wants to say hi. He always
out.
says hi. He is
Don't let me forget him. His
attention
paws get
seeker.
cold. Mhm.
Angie says a large candle under a large terracotta pot, and one with I've done that
seen
trick.
that.
I used to do that back in Punta Gorda on the boat. It does work too, but I've got to seal up that hole downstairs a lot better. I have the foam. I'm going to go down there and probably seal up all the little cracks and stuff like that, because what's happening now is the air is escaping under the foam and blowing the snow out. So I need to create a controlled loop system for the air, and I think that will work.
So the cold air goes where we want it to go and not blowing out all the insulation.
Right. And John, Alaska, any YouTubers have a couple grand I could borrow? What about $1 million?
Yeah.
With a 500-year payback.
Right. Oh dear.
Ashley says saving money for land in Alaska, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
I'll have to look for you. If you go under our community page, it should be under there. Or not community, our about section. It should be in there, Peggy.
Mhm.
Brooke Trust says I could use some of the John. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm almost to the end.
Oh.
Alone says, thanks for dropping the link to my channel to Ashley. And thank you, Ashley, for
Thank
doing
you,
that.
Ashley, for doing that.
It says to EG Wife, your guys getting stout winds up there in Benetine. And there's Ashley, thumbs up. You might want to check and make sure he's all
Yes,
right. I don't
I
want to leave him
might.
out there with the winds.
They're gusting. They're
yeah.
not steady.
EG Wife says 15 miles or negative 15, no winds. Colder than us. Book Trust as a plumber, I pump to circulate the water. Would and could work. Yeah. The problem is the power draw. Now, Brook Trout, if you know of a really low voltage pump that'll pump the water, please let me know. I'd be really interested in finding something like that I could circulate the water.
You are crazy.
It says you take the negative 15 if over the 70 mile per hour winds. I wouldn't doubt it, Ed.
Yeah. It is windy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see him outside, so when I called, I closed the door because it's so windy. And by the time I turned around, I guess I hadn't closed it tight and he was in.
Yep.
I heard him thundering.
Billy says, thanks for this description of how y'all help each other out. That was a basic description. Trust me. I've had some long conversations on the phone with people, asking them questions about what could and could not be.
Right.
I've been off grid most of my life, but on boats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now land-based and remote, so it's a little harder. Sometimes you got to put your thinking cap on and poke somebody else's thinking cap to figure some of the stuff out. It's not, when you're limited on what you have on hand, you've got to get creative. I mean, I've done some crazy fixes at sea, but on a boat, I always carried epoxy, marine tex, caulking, and matting in case I get hauled, things like that, extra through holes. And yes, you can change through holes in the water. I've done that multiple times. I've actually got a funny video I'll put out as a short about that. If I can find it. EG Wife says, feels pretty nice outside. I bet. Negative 15, if it's not windy, is really not that bad. Hello, Kevon. Anyone know if it's possible to add a short video clip to YouTube comment, not a link? I don't think there is. Not in a live or anything like that I know of. Peggy says, okay, thank you. Hello, Monica. Good to see you. JR says, after 50 years old, you can't recognize letters up close, but you can recognize 80 to 5 or 50 yards. I can probably recognize them a lot further than 50 yards. Ashley says it's on my about page. Thank you, Ashley. Everybody's greeting one another. Nice. On to it all. As a guest, the candle pot heaters do work. I use them and I can get my kitchen up to 18 to 20 C. Nice. Wow. Problem is I don't think I have candles.
I don't think we have a single candle in this.
We do, but I think they're stashed away in the attic at the cabin. Oh. I think I have a box of tea lights over there, which is about what you use.
Huh. I didn't even know.
Oh, Susan says to give hers to John in Alaska. Will do. So make a note of that.
Oh.
Her read to John in Alaska.
Susan, that's sweet of
Not
you.
a problem. And if I go into town in January, I'll give that to you, John. Connie, nice to see you in here, Connie. Oh, I don't know who has it worse, either Phyllis or an Adam or us with these stupid buttons on the mouse. I need to get an old style scrolly mouse instead of the smooth magic mouse. Probably eliminate a lot of these problems with this. Let me get back up here. If anybody has any questions while I'm catching up, please feel free to ask. Oh, yep. Yeah, there I am. It was Connie's comment. Railroad Mike, Alaska. I wonder if Rob and Sarah's internet connection was blown away from the wind. Nope. Why? We going in and out or something?
It is gusty. I was wrong.
Yeah, but it should.
You have a
Attached to
minute.
that pole. Very well. Trust me. Peggy says 49 and rain in Indiana. Whew.
Oh,
Temperature 49 is not bad. It's just
no, rain.
don't like the rain when it's
Well-
49 degrees. That goes right through you.
It can,
Yeah.
can't it?
John, enough C4 and deck cord, I can fix about anything. And there I go pulling an Adam, adding words in there. Hey, Sean in Alaska, good to see you in here. Somebody drop Sean in Alaska's YouTube channel if you would, please. He's a really good guy. I moderate for him as well. Really, really interesting and neat guy. You're unsubscribed. Uh-oh. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it does that. Facebook's been doing that to me, to people as well. I fixed that now. Good to see you, Sean.
Sweet.
Everybody greeting people, and Dusty's dropping and Ashley dropping links. Oh, where we go? There we go. Onto it, Aussie. Duct tape and shifter are my best friends. Fix anything with those two items, right?
Mhm.
Although I don't know what a shifter is. Your words are different from ours. There, onto it, Ozzy. Oh, shifter equals wrench. Okay, thanks, Ashley.
Oh,
I think you got schooled on that before.
Yeah. Yep.
That's actually Adam. Hello, Adam.
Oh my goodness.
Where's actual Phyllis? Billy Sutton. I appreciate the links to folks' channels. I'll check them out later. Please do. You generally, if somebody's in here and they're getting their links dropped, they're really good people. I mean, there are other people in here that have YouTube, but they just don't really say anything to us. So I don't know who's got links and who do not. So if you do have a YouTube, please let us know. John, Alaska, you're going to get one of Sarah's wreaths. She'll make you one up here over the next month or so. When I come into town, I will give it to you. And you can thank, I think it was Peggy that gave it to you.
Peggy, I wrote down Susan.
No, I think it was Susan.
Okay.
I don't know. Somebody make sure I know.
Make sure, because we want the people who want them
You know,
to get
and the
them.
bad thing is I barely touched my rum and coke yet. It's been one of those kind of days. So I'm scatterbrained.
Well, it's been a wild day.
Well, a couple days.
A wild couple of
that's
days.
okay.
Yesterday, was it yesterday that was so?
Yeah, yesterday was a little
Oh,
crazy
it
because we're
was
getting everything
very
situated in
crazy.
the house after changing all the water stuff around.
Yeah.
Oh, Monica's battery went out,
Oh, no.
but it looks like she's back. Onto it, Aussie guest tea lights. So I put 3 under each pot, and I don't think I have terracotta pots up here either. I might have 1 or 2.
There might be 1 or 2.
I'll have to look, but you usually want to stack them up with a bolt going through,
Mhm.
and that bolt acts as a transfer to put the heat into terracotta. I believe that's the way I used to do it. Ed saying hello, actual Adam.
Oh, actually, Adam.
Do you think
That's funny too.
in a pinch Jim Henson ever used Kermit as an oven mitt?
Oh, no.
JR.
Ow, poor Kermit. Poor Kermit.
The sourdough saying there's a lot of on the ham radio, a lot of talk about power outages and what. So yeah,
there's
it's
a lot.
anytime there's either snow or wind, it seems like Wasilla, Talkeetna,
Mm-hmm.
Willow, and Houston all seem to lose power, as well as Palmer as well. Hey, Gary, good to see you in here. I don't know why it is. Whenever you come on here, I can never say enigmatic witch. Takes me 2 tries to get it. But I hope you're doing good, my friend. I'm being mugged. Can I help you? I don't want kisses.
Daddy,
He
you're
wants
talking.
something.
He wants attention. He's a spoiled brat. Are you a
Yes, he
spoiled
is.
brat?
Gary says you're stopping by to say hi and hit the like button. Back to work for me. Not a problem, Gary.
Yep.
We know you're a
Gotta
busy
work.
man.
Gotta work.
And Adam's asking Ed how the snow is. You don't have snow, Adam. It got
It
blown
blew
away. Brook trout's down to 72 in Florida. That's perfect weather out there.
My. Yeah.
I used to go down to Sharky's on the pier when it was about that temperature and walk around on the pier and walk down to Casperson Beach. Everybody's greeting one another. Whoa, there we go. Nope, I missed it. Where is it?
Uh-oh.
Yep. Having that stupid mouse problems. Sean says, we have no wind on my part of the Kenai, but still chilly.
Good.
What's
Yeah.
your temperature down there, Sean?
Yeah.
Matt AK. Saying hi to Sean. Yes,
Nice.
shifters are an adjustable spanner.
Adjustable
Okay.
spanner.
We just call it an adjustable wrench.
I wouldn't know.
I know
an
wrench is
adjust-
different for you guys.
Yeah. Wrench is.
I gotta be nice to her because if she does show up in 2025, like she said, she's gonna clobber me with a spanner.
Oh no.
And all my snow's been blown down to the Kenai.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's quite
Lord.
possible.
Mm.
Zuby,
What does he have?
he's got one of the towels out of the bathroom again.
How
Monica, if you could find the address, you can email. Found it in this description section. Hey,
We're gonna have to bring your crate in the house and put you in it.
his pupils are like this big around right now. He just wants to
You are
go.
so rude. That one's from the door.
Okay, yeah, it was Susan that said give it to John. So make sure you leave Peggy on there.
I did.
Okay.
I got it right.
And John is thanking Susan. I'm sorry, I'm skipping over a lot of the back and forth with everybody to make it a little easier because I'm getting behind a little bit. Billy says on Twitter, Oz, you might have to explain spanner to some folks, right? Wind is blowing all ours away. Where are you at, Boot Knife? And John says, eating pizza, watching this live on a 75-inch 4K pizza. Not as good as what Phyllis made us in Alaska. Thinking of you guys, Adam and Phyllis. That was good pizza
Nice.
that night. Oh, there we go. Adam and Phyllis said, oh my, rushing wind. Hello, John. Nice TV you got there, right? Makes my little 55-inch look tiny. Onto it says a shifter, the one tool fits everything.
Oh,
Problem is
good.
with those shifters, if you don't have it on there right, you can strip a nut or a bolt really, really fast.
It's the rug again that's supposed to be
He's good.
against the door.
Oh yeah, I've been putting a
Yeah,
towel across
towel.
the threshold, and he's thrashing around. He thinks it's a game.
I'm
Sean,
going to
Alaska
ignore
puppy,
it.
love border collie. He's not a border collie.
He's an
He's
Australian
Australian Shepherd.
and they're almost as crazy and a lot bigger.
John, 36 viewers. Thank you all. Thanks. Yep. Thank you all. Appreciate it
Thank you
very
all.
much. On to it, Ozzy. You all love our dogs. Yes, we do.
We do.
We love our Ozzy. And we love John and Alaska's little Ozzy.
Oh, she's
Aurora
so
is
sweet.
cute.
Aurora is adorable. And when we saw her, she was not at all crazy.
Nope. No, she was actually very well mannered.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Brook trout. I'm going to go to the pier at night to not catch fish lately. Not a lot. Do a lot of thinking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually used to like going down to the jetties down there. Jetties were fun. Sean Alaska says 10 above now, high 30s late this week. Yeah, same here. We're
Yeah.
at 23 right now.
Yeah.
Clint says onto it. We call it a crescent wrench. Yes.
Oh, I know.
Crescent
what a
or
crescent-
adjustable wrench.
I know what a crescent wrench is. It's got a little twisty thing.
What's the temperature in the Kenai? He just said, I think he said it's what? Where'd you go, Sean? It's 10 above in the Kenai right now, John.
Mm.
That's where
That's
Sean,
nice.
Alaska is.
Mhm.
Otherwise known as the kilted Alaskan.
Oh, yes, I know.
P&J says 28 degrees here in New York State. No, you're not much cooler than us.
No, 28, 23. We're 23. Is that
Yep.
what we are? Mhm.
Yeah, on to Aussie. Yep, we have to do a dictionary, U.S. to Oz conversions.
Yes. That's a good idea.
Yep, Ashley, Clint, so true. A lot of tools. We use major brand names for tools. Yes, we do. I saw a comic the other day that reminded me of Zeus. Uh-oh, what was that, Sourdough?
Oh, something bad, I'm sure.
It's 10 degrees, 10 above in Sterling where Sean is.
Mhm.
What dog hears? Blah, 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 Zeus. Yeah, right. Yeah, that is true. No, it's blah, blah, blah. Cookies, treats, go potty, blah, 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 Zeus.
Oh, you want to go outside? He knows outside.
Yeah, okay. Boot knives in Alaska.
Mhm.
Nice.
Good, good. Great name.
Rushing wind. Hello.
Great name.
And John saying thanks to Sean. Billy, brook trout. Some of my favorite fishing trips are when the fish leave me alone. Yeah, so sometimes, yeah, because sometimes, like when I was on the sailboat, I'd be offshore sailing, and I always have some kind of lure floating behind the boat. And if they weren't biting, I just doze off. If they bite, I just hear that zzz, and have to go get the rod. If you offshore fish, troll or anything like that, you know what I'm talking about. You know that sound of a big tuna hitting or a big fish hitting your line. Sean says, "Oh, I just saw the face and thought border collie." Aussies
Yeah,
are
they
awesome
look
as
a
well,
lot
yeah.
alike. They do.
A lot of people think he's a border collie, but he
If they saw the size of him, they
yeah, he's a big boy. He's
big.
about 75 pounds.
Yeah, and chunky right now.
Yeah, he's
In
got
this
his
season, he
get his
gets
winter
chubby.
pudge on. Sarah and John Hogan giving him M&Ms.
M&Ms.
Don't forget the M&Ms.
Yeah. They're not chocolate enough. They're not real.
It's not real chocolate. At least I don't think it is.
No.
Real chocolate should melt. Oh. All right, there we go. On to what Ozzy says, 29 degrees Fahrenheit or 84. There where she's at. Bertrand says, yep. Thanks, Sean Alaska, from Onto It. Clint has a question. Do you all ever make snow ice cream? We haven't. There's a problem. We got a furrow ball behind us everywhere in the snow. And actually, for the first month or so after we start getting snow, all the seeds from the birch trees decided to fall.
And they make the
and they're
water
tiny.
brown.
Yeah, so you really
can't.
got to be picky. You got to get out there right as it's falling. After you get about 6 inches, you go out and scoop it up to make snow ice cream. I have some stuff for it, but haven't had a chance. And there's Miss Brun. Good to see you, Brun.
Yes.
John says it's 11 degrees at his place.
Ooh.
Yes, that is very true, Sean. Fishing and catching are two different sports.
Two totally different things.
Yep, that it is. Trust me, Hogan knows all about my fishes down in Florida. I usually caught, well, not always, about half the time, I usually caught the smallest fish. I've got pictures of me and snook this big, and a snook gets about 4.5 foot long. Tarpon this big, and tarpon gets 6-7 feet long. I don't know how I always did it. Not always. I mean, I would catch a lot of good fish, just not always.
I caught a fish once.
Everybody's greeting Bron.
And we ate it.
Yep.
For breakfast.
Mike says, Clint, yes, just don't eat the yellow snow. Don't eat the yellow snow where the Huskies go.
No.
Says Frank Zappa.
Yep.
Bron says, hey, John, Ash, Clint. Okay. Greeting everybody. Says supposed to be 44 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow in North Saskatoon here.
44.
Yeah. Wow. We're supposed to be mid to high 30s towards the end of the week.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So,
too.
well, it's going to melt a lot of snow.
Yeah. So we're back down to the seeds.
Yeah. And it's actually forecast to kind of stay in the lower 30s for about 2 weeks. Which I'm not happy, but I'd rather have a little bit more cold to get the snow set up a little bit because I've got a lot of trails I've got to finish cutting in. Yeah. I have not been to spring since this happened, so I've got to go down there tomorrow with my snowshoes and go down the hill. Now, very few people that are in this chat have been to our property. Only 3 of them know what it's like to get down to the spring.
To the spring.
On video, it's very deceiving. That hill is quite steep. The first year we were here, I went down it on the old Scandic. The old Scandic does not have brakes. So it was kind of a fun experience because as you're coming down, it also turns and then turns back the other way. So it was some pucker factor. We'll say that. JR killing the dad jokes. I haven't seen the other dad joke. Oh, there it is. Ate my last piece of cheese yesterday. Totally. It is raining. Ain't no sunshine. Then the cheese gone. When the cheese gone. Oh, JR. Yeah, he does that a lot, Billy. Uh-oh. John says, forgot to pay the Starlink again. Are we somebody lose us? I'm way behind, so. Yeah. Unreal small, never seen a 1-inch tarpon. That was bigger than 1 inch, John. Don't lie. It was about a 6-inch. It was small. They actually got pictures of it. And when they get about 1.5 feet long, we call them toonies because they're fun to play with.
What are you doing?
Footballs. And there's Tony from our cabin in the woods. I'm behind on the comments. I'm sorry, folks. Mitchell's in Alaska. It's 0 degrees here north of Willow. And there's Joanne Twist. Good to see you, Joanne. Everybody's greeting one another.
Nice.
John, Unreal, never seen one. Yeah, no, I already read that one.
Yeah.
Shut up, John. Everybody's dropping some links here. 74 degrees
Thank
out
you for
here in
that.
the. Yeah, shut up, John. John knows my sense of humor, so I tell him to shut up. He's just over there giggling, and Angie's probably going like this.
Do.
E.G. Weiss says last cut the quarters asking Bronte found rocks at the library.
Rocks at the library.
Yeah, so sats near him for a couple of minutes. Big dead zone now. Oh, great.
Oh.
Are we coming in still? And there's Jerry from Butler Family Farm. Good to see you in
Hi,
here.
Jerry.
It looks like we lost some viewers too.
Oh dear.
Only in the car park. All right, so I think I'm at the bottom finally. How is the reception, guys? Because I did see a couple posts saying it went in and out. So are we in or are we out? Are we the cool kids or not the cool kids? Oh, John's got company just showed up. Got to go. Not a problem, John. Be good.
Have fun.
Hey.
Jeez.
He's shredding the towel now. He is mad because he wants to play. E.G. Wife says we're all good here. Okay. Yep. The sweetie's doing to that towel?
Not good.
Anybody want a dog?
No.
I couldn't do that. He'd cry too much. Alone says reception's good. Everybody's saying the reception's good. So those having problems, every now and then you might need to refresh. It could be on your end. All right. So I'm actually caught up on the past comments. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. We get some time to come before Adam and Phyllis get ready to come on. There you go. I was actually going to suggest that. I've actually got the one of the chains from the side-by-side sitting by the door here, and she just laid it across it so we can't pull that towel up again.
We'll see.
Yeah. He's going for it now.
He did it.
What a little creep. Oh, no. So, no, I'm not getting rid of him. He's a good puppy. Just duct tape his mouth shut.
He's a little too smart for his own good. Certainly a little too smart for my good.
E.G., what are we doing for Thanksgiving? Cooking. Turkey.
Turkey.
We're actually going to do turkey, potatoes,
Squash.
I don't know. I'm probably going to roasted acorn squash.
Probably.
Sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Maybe make a pumpkin pie. I mean, there's just two of us, but I'll put a spread out. Yeah, I got the pureed pumpkin over there. So I knew there wasn't going to be a pumpkin.
Do we have the other stuff that goes in it? Did you read the label of the box, the container? Like condensed milk?
I have condensed milk.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know where it is.
When do I read directions for cooking?
Like never.
I'll glance at them. Unless it's a brand new recipe. Like I was telling Sean in Alaska, I've been, in a chat the other day that I've been making the Japanese milk bread. And oh my God, I love that stuff. That stuff comes out so good.
It does.
Every
It's all
time
fluffy.
it comes out of the oven. It smells
Nice.
good.
It smells great.
Nice. And I mean, you could literally just squish it. It's just, no, don't. Unless you're just going to eat it like that. Just squish it up and rub it in butter. Billy says, you froze for several seconds a few seconds ago, but fine sense. Yeah, it could be either of our connections.
Could be the wind.
Susan says she's back grabbing dinner. It was me that said, give it to John. Yes.
I did write it down properly.
Peggy says, about like my Piper, she has a lot to say.
Yes.
A lot.
Opinionated,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Measuring spoons, Ed. Yeah, right.
What?
Exactly. A little dash of this, a little dash of that. I'll use the measurements the first time I make a recipe, and after that, it's on.
Well, it depends on the recipe
Yeah.
too. Some things have to be precise, but not
Exactly, Sean. Recipes are just suggestions. If any of you guys saw the moose recipe, that's what I said.
It's
Just
just-
make it your own.
Yep.
Make
Look
it your
in
own.
look in the pantry
Yep.
and see what looks right
Exactly.
that day.
Our cabin in the woods. My 100-pound puppy finally acts like a normal dog. It took took 2 years. That's when they're gonna mellow
Zeus
out.
is 6.
Yeah, he's 6 and he still acts like he's 1.
Well, he's 6.5 in January.
Yep. Easy says we are postponing ours till Sunday out of respect for the family that lost their grandmother a few days ago. Understandable.
Yes.
Very understandable.
Very good of you.
Yeah. Aussie instructions, what are they? Exactly. Unless you have IKEA, then you better have 3 different directions, 4 different languages.
Mm-hmm.
Alone is into Japanese, I think. I think she likes the Asian decor. I don't know if she likes the Japanese milk bread. JR is startling dish heater keeping the snow off. But I turned it off, JR, because I was having problems with my cable. I was running the heater with all the snow. And what happens is the wire gets warm, cold, and it starts having problems. So I shut it off. I put in a gripe to them on their app, and they said, yeah, just don't bother. He says it's okay if it's a light snow, but if it's been on for a long time, don't bother with it. John says, I'm Irish. I like potato bread.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm Irish too, John. You know that.
Irish?
Irish, Portuguese, English, Scottish, and Native American.
Good grief.
I'm a mutt.
Yeah.
Heinz 57.
Best kind.
I like bacon. Ashley. Zeus is a Capricorn, huh? I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As near as we know.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Well,
think we know an exact date. We know an
no,
approximate date.
6.5. We celebrate. He was 1.5 years when I got him, and I got him in January. So I figure I celebrate his birthday on my birthday. It's easy. I almost always remember my own. It has to do with gifts.
Yeah.
And so that makes him 6.5 come January. So he's a Cancer. Maybe. We don't know. But he's crazy.
Bruns says to Ashley, laughy face and heart, I like bacon and bacon and bacon, right?
Bacon. Give me what's in the bag.
Onto it, Aussie. No quarts of moose in my pantry.
No,
yet.
not ours either now.
You can use any kind of meat.
Yeah. We ate them.
Any kind of meat. Don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Clint says, cut film and microwave for 3 minutes. Follow me for more recipes.
Oh, dear.
What, it doesn't
Huge.
start with a T. The first word doesn't have a T and the second word doesn't have a B in it. Tony.
TB.
Taco Bell. Tony, our cabin in the woods. Ed, love what you have going on there. Yeah. Ed, those little Martins are wreaking havoc up there. The little guy's sitting on the window.
It's very cute.
Yep. Yeah, I got one sitting in the freezer waiting to be skinned.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to get one of my good knives and sharpen it enough where I can do it. And then I have my knife sharpener from John. I can do that. Kevin says, have you ever smoked cheese? I've never smoked it myself, but I have had it. Alaska and Phyllis probably the ones for smoking. The old hippie over here. Have you found bacon seeds yet? No. Nope. I wish I had some little piggies up here, John. Adam and Phyllis say, how are your snow totals doing? Dropping like ours? Yes.
Yeah.
Dropping. So our first snowfall was 3 inches, and we had 7 inches, then we had 3 feet. So by my estimates, we're about 49 or so inches, somewhere around there.
But it doesn't measure that.
But yeah, it's between blowing away and melting. It's the poles going like this. So not much I can do on that, but that's why I try to keep records of it, either by taking shorts or just quick videos every time we get a little bit of snow. And every time when I know it's going to start snowing, I go out there and get a snapshot of what it's at, so we
And
can
then
add on to that from that. But I'll also go out there and stick a measuring tape on the areas where I know it's been cleared to a hard pack, so I can make sure it's okay that way. Everybody's laughing at Clint. Ed, what's wrong with Capricorn, says Ashley. Sean, Alaska. Potato. It's a food group. It is. It is. Actually, we got a nice big sack of potatoes from a friend of ours. They went down to Palmer and they had it's either 50 or 60 pound sack for $30.
Big old sack.
And they're fresh Alaskan grown. I think there might be Yukon Golds.
I think they are.
I'm looking forward to getting those of them, but those will wait until later in the year because I have some other ones between the ones we've grown and the ones we picked up at the store, which never last more than 20 days before they start sprouting.
So we got to eat them up. We got some red ones. One of them was already getting yucky, but the rest of them are good.
Yep.
I do like red potatoes.
Billy
I don't know what the brand
says,
is, but
Clint, LOL, sounds like my cooking. And I'll go back to potatoes here in a second. I got a little interesting fact I'll tell you guys. JR says, I heard Swiss cheese was made from whole milk. JR.
Oh,
on to it. Oz. A question.
that was good.
Do you make any changes to the winter regarding your health, seeing as more time is spent indoors? Actually, I still am very active outside.
I eat more cookies.
Yeah, she complains that I'm getting chubby. And me, I usually wind up leaning out halfway through the winter because I get so active outside between going out getting wood or splitting lumber or even just snowshoeing around or walking. I walk a lot in the wintertime. I do a lot of exploring. I wind up losing a lot of weight. The first year here, Sarah thought something was wrong because I got really gaunt.
He was really
I haven't had skinny face in years. And Sarah's like, you're losing too much weight. And I get on the scale, I was down to like 160. And I'm usually between 180 to 200. You know, right now I think like 205, 210. But I wind up losing most of that by springtime. As soon as I can find the right snow, cross-country skis, I intend to do a lot more of that out in the woods. And I could
do that.
Yeah. And I will be setting a small trap line behind the property, just off my property to help keep the martins and stuff at bay.
Yes.
And I think I've seen a lynx track today.
Right out front.
No, it was down on the trail a little bit, down towards Mac's place. So I have no problem staying fit in the wintertime. But the only time I don't go out is when it's like -20 or below. I mean, I'll go zipping down the trails in the snow machine, not an issue. Brooke Truss says the problem with smoking cheese, is keeping it lit.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh wow, I'm missing a lot here.
Oh no.
Strike one for Rob. And so you know exactly what's wrong with the Capricorns then. Me too. Everybody's talking about their signs. As if I need to tell anyone. Ed's a Capricorn. John says, how you like the sharpener? It's John, I'm still getting used to the sharpener. I've got to find my strop, and I think they'll take, because when I use that sharpener, I'm finding there is a little bit of a rolled edge. So if I get my strop out, I think I'll be able to make that really good. Yes, ermine are only white in the wintertime. And mine
They're weasels.
Yeah, mine's over underneath the barn right now. I
so
haven't seen him poke his head out, but I see his tracks all running around, and he has not made it towards the chicken coop yet.
He has not yet. No.
And if he does, hopefully the chickens take care of that one too, like they did the last one I got.
That was a martin that was in there, right?
No, last year the two roosters killed that one ermine. Remember?
They did.
I went in there, there was fluff everywhere. I'm like, what the hell? Somebody molting? I said, I don't have a white chicken.
He's got the chain.
He's rolling around.
Is rust good for dogs?
No, he's not playing with that. That's over there. That was his paws.
Oh, good. Oh, okay. Good.
Rust isn't good for anybody. Brun says, Rob, will you be doing smoked meats or sausages? Yes. The freezer I took out of the moose coffin in this fall that you guys saw in the video will be turned into a smoker. I've just got to get all the plastics out of it, things like that, and do a couple burns in it to get rid of any paint, things like that. But that will be turned into a smoker. Been talking with Adam and Phyllis, and we'll probably do a little bit of a fishing adventure this summer.
That'll be so fun.
Hopefully I can get enough to smoke at that time. P&J says, Jason is a Scorpio. I'm a Sagittarius. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio too. Obviously, because my birthday just passed. Ashley, smoked cheddar and bacon pieces. Awesome. Everybody's talking about smoked cheese, stuff like that. Smoked fish is nice. Yeah. Yes, it is. And no, and John, Ed and John, I have not opened this surstroming. It's sitting right there.
I'm waiting for it to explode all by itself.
I just been so busy. It's been stupid trying to get stuff done, but it will be soon. He needs water. Sarah, it could be worse. It could be toilet paper from the bathroom. I had a dog that would TP the whole entire house. Yeah, I've had a dog that used to run with toilet paper. My golden retriever Samson did that when he was little. He got out of it real quick and it got wrapped up all around his face and he couldn't see. He ran into the wall. He wasn't too bright. Matt says, now I have to go buy some potatoes. Yep. All right. And I'll go back to the potatoes real quick. So where I'm from in New Hampshire, it was actually the first place potatoes were planted in the United States. That's our claim to fame. Well, that and the Alan Shepard was from our town too. Oh. The astronaut. But yeah, that was our thing about potatoes. And our farm actually grew a lot of potatoes. And if you're from the Northeast, you know, a grocery chain called Shaw's Supermarkets. I don't think they're around anymore. They could be. We supplied all the ones within a 60-mile range of us with all their potatoes, as well as corn. And sometimes tomatoes, depending on how the crop went. Tomatoes were kind of pain in the butt for us. We wound up getting the aphids a lot. But we tried to rotate into different areas to get away from the aphids. It did work after a while. Susan says, okay. Yeah, Zeus, easy.
I gave him too much. I let it
Mad at cases. Now I have, I already read that part. Onto it. I had burger with melted cheese topped with bacon ash. Ooh, that sounds good. We're having corned beef tonight. I cooked it last night. I always try to cook in advance on Mondays so we have not be stressing or eating really late at night.
Yeah, because somebody gets stupid and grouchy.
Yep. Ashley says brunch smoked salmon is awesome. Yes, I have to agree with that. Especially the stuff that Adam and Phyllis made. It's amazing. The stuff that Dave from the Homestead made me was really good too. And I guess at times too, when you change what you're smoking with, what kind of wood, it changes the flavor a little bit. Hey, Original Six, good to see you in here. Hi. I'll be a mug.
You are crazy.
He's vibrating. He's going like this. No. I know how to stop this. Watch this. Oh, let me get my gun. And any other time I touch my air rifle, he runs the other way. And today, he's gonna be a little creep. And yes, Adam, I was gonna send you a picture of this, Adam. This is actually Adam's rifle. This is a Hotson pile driver PCP air rifle in 457. And I was just gonna be goofy. I got all kinds of stuff added on to it. I've never had so many attachment points on an air rifle before. So I was like, I gotta take it out. But yeah, that's a hell of an air rifle. Okay, I gotta get caught back up.
And Zeus did go away.
Yeah, he did go away, but usually he sniffed it before he ran. Usually he just sulks away.
Right.
Hey, AFJ, good to see you in here. I don't know why I'm Callahan County, Mississippi. Sweet potatoes are in season. Wish I could bring everyone. Oh, yes. Sarah loves her sweet potatoes, and so do I. Brooke Trout's got a 30-pound turkey.
Woo! Woo! I hope you're having company.
How are your supply of cackleberries? They're slowing down. I do not have lights out there. I'm probably going to give them a break for a few months and then put the lights on in there. I've got to run wiring out there. I've got about 3 dozen in the house and probably about another 6 dozen water glassed. So I think we should be all right. I'll cut back on that. You just use
I was thinking the other day
mostly use it for baking.
Start using the
water glass.
Water glass for baking.
Ashley says, Matt can't beat Mama's cooking. And if I'm missing any questions, please re-ask.
Re-ask, yeah, please.
Volcano about to pop in Iceland. People trying to evacuate now live. Really?
Iceland is not in good shape
It
anymore.
must be a new update, John, because last time I seen it, they were still talking about the lava tubes on the sides were swelling and the center was dropping, which is normal when you have a volcanic eruption that's coming out of a lava tube. Brent says, Christmas is at my house this year. We will be awesome.
Oh, nice.
I'll be doing lots of outdoor style cooking because it's hot here usually. So BBQ style Christmas. There you go.
All right.
No, Mike, our internet didn't get blown away. It might be on your end, buddy.
Wow. No.
Well, town's getting blown away, I think. Oof, I just touched the stupid thing again. It went crazy on me.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
We're gonna have a Christmas tree this year.
Yep.
If I ever get it made.
She's
birch.
making a Christmas tree.
Birch wood. It's gonna be this way and this way and this way and this way.
Yep.
Around a pole.
Yep. Threaded rod.
Threaded rod, yeah.
Threaded rod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's agreeing with Brun. That's gonna be wild doing the barbecue. It's gonna be good.
That'll be fun.
And Jeff says to Hogan, if it does pop, that will create problems for flights between US and the UK. Yes, it will. You have to be going around the other way.
Yeah.
Brown says in Australia, most people do BBQ style Christmas still with the usual food, but just outdoors. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, how fun.
Adam, I did not put all that stuff on that rifle. No, I did.
No, you didn't.
I put my my red dot on there. I put a scope on there. I put my LED light on, or my infrared light on there for when I had my night vision that I built. I think I found most of the parts of my night vision set up, so I might actually see if I can get it back together. Yes, I used to build crazy stuff. I'm not good with electronics, but if I find directions how to do something, I can usually build stuff. Matt AK says, can just call that thing the sun with all the light attached to it.
Yeah.
That's actually, there's only one light on there. One's a red dot, one's a scope, and one's a infrared light. Jerry says, I am back. Sorry, had to get dinner. Not a problem, Jerry.
Dinner is important.
On to it. I'm cleaning my BBQ outdoor setting. This is up this Arbo. Run scrubbed the carport down last night. Ready for summer. There you guys go.
Yeah.
I have to go now. I'm riding my bike home. Ron, be safe. We
safe.
appreciate you being in here.
And have fun.
Yep. Ashley's dropping some links. Butler Family Farm saying hello to folks. And I just touched the dang mouse the wrong way yet again. He goes, Phew.
I don't even see it go. It's so fast.
Right. I'm almost caught back up, I think. Everybody's saying bye to Braun. More important, what cackleberries? How often is the bacon supply? I keep a good supply of bacon. Trust me. Haven't been eating as much lately. I've been doing other things. I had a lot of sausage. I've been doing a lot of sausage, biscuits and gravy, stuff like that.
And you made cinnamon buns.
Yep. I made my bush buns. Bye, Braun.
Bye, Braun.
Everybody's greeting one another. Onto it, Ozzy. I'm working Christmas Day again, so we do traditional roast the week before with family.
Good.
And BBQ for me and the kids when I get home. There you go.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve. Good to see you guys in here. I think you're a new one in here for me. And I just hit the button in again and went zip, zip, zap. Blah, blah, blah. Trying to find it.
No idea.
I really got to get a different mouse when I'm doing the lives. All right, I think I found it again.
Okay.
Yep. Everybody's still saying bye to Braun.
Nice.
Peggy says that's going to be an awesome tree to you, Sarah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I hope it stands up.
She'll do all right. I know how Sarah is. John says we'll be frying my turkey again this year. I've never really fried a turkey. I've had the fried turkey, but I've never done it myself. I'm not huge on fried foods. I used to be.
No.
That was when I was unhealthy. At one point, a lot of people don't know, I was about 245, 250 pounds and not in very good health.
He's way better now.
I'm probably in better shape now than I was when I was 30. I'm just trying to catch where I was.
When he was 30.
Nope.
But
I was very quiet, didn't do a lot. Kayla is home. Hey, Kayla. John says, might send my Starlight scope. I don't use it anymore. Well, you know, it'll get used up here, John. Ah, there it is. Okay. Russian wind. Hello, Scott. Oh, is Brumley with who's Scott? Is Brums in here?
Mm-hmm.
Ashley's dropping links. People saying goodnight to Bron and saying hello to Jen and Steve. Okay, they're talking to Rushing Wind. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. And there's Mike from Not So Remote, Alaska. Good to see you in here. Oh. And there's Peggy Lynn. It will be beautiful. Yes, it will be. Anything she touches and starts creating, she gives herself hell about it, and it always comes out pretty damn nice.
I have fun.
And that's where Mo says a little bit windy here in my neck of the woods. It is up here too. It actually, I haven't heard the roof getting hit by it here in a little bit, so it might have calmed down some.
Yeah, when I put Zeus out just a little bit ago, it was really windy, and he came right back in pretty quick.
Yep. Onto it says, hospital is always full Christmas.
Oh,
There's
dear.
no exception. Lucky I have understanding kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
John says, not only oily at all, extremely moist. Yeah. I just never been big into fried foods.
Yeah.
I think I reached the bottom. Oh my gosh.
Holy
Let's
smokes.
see. Mike says, I'm curious, did you ever find parts for the old rail bike Jim built? Yes, I actually have the whole thing.
Really? It's not put together though, is it?
No, it's all put together.
Is
the
it?
motor's
Oh my
dead
gosh.
on it.
Oh.
I was thinking about getting an electric motor for it, Mike.
Oh,
I can hear the train coming if it comes up behind me. This time of year wouldn't be a problem because I can,
They're
not very many trains.
Right. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, it's actually, I have it next to my sawmill. It's covered with a tarp right now.
Okay.
Everybody's greeting. That's our remote is greeting Ashley. Dusty Button Boy says, thanks. Good times, Homestead, Jen and Steve. I was subbed. Looking forward to some good content. Yep. Somebody drop a link for them as well if you already haven't. Oh, yeah, she did. No, that's Ashley dropped Not So Remotes.
Okay.
John says, are you guys going to find a camera that you can live broadcast and all that? I've doing research on that, John. I thought there was a way I could turn the infrared and the bright lights off from my PZT that I have on the side of the house, but there's not. And I can't find my password to get access into the main part of it. And the company I bought it from is no longer on eBay. I actually had to get back on eBay for the first time in like 6 years to see if I find the information, and they're no longer on there. And that's how old that camera's been on around me. It's been on 2 boats. I used to put the PZT cameras on top of my mast so I could see the bommies or coral heads down in the Keys when I'm coming into an anchorage, because that's something you do not want to hit. So I've got to find something I can use. If I can find a good DSL, Canon or something like that, I might be able to build it that way. But I've got to find the right camera. Onto it, Ozzy, the bow on that present was beautiful, Sarah. Yeah, she does some wild stuff.
Yeah. My friends, Mary, who works with the train on the Hurricane Turn all summer, which is the train we ride, and her mother sent me up a big bag of bows and a whole bunch of other crafty things that I haven't figured out what to do with yet, but I also don't have a room yet. That's our goal for the summer. We have this space in the house, which has always kind of been a dream to work in my house.
Yep.
But my work is so messy. I have to work in the garage at best.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the first thing we're going to do is get the cabin ready for renting after the first of the year, and then we're going to focus on finishing the house. We have to get a little bit of supplies, but it should be fairly easy. Original 6 says, what temperature do you keep the inside of the cabin in the winter? Sarah likes it warmer. I keep it between 65 and 70 for her. I could go down to about 60 and I'd be okay.
70 is good.
Yeah.
By 74 is too hot.
Yeah. She's doesn't have a lot of body fat.
Much to me.
Not a lot of body fat on her, so she's going to have the temperature up.
There's more than there was last year. But
it's not my cooking.
No. Not?
That you're eating.
It's my eating. It's the cookies.
Billy says, I'd love to see a live broadcast of Northern Lights. I'm trying to work on it. I've got to get a different type of camera.
And it seems like every time the what do you call it?
The lights,
The lights,
the KP goes up high.
KP goes up
We
high.
have cloudy nights.
We have either clouds or full moon.
Last night, I thought I had the camera set up in the right direction, and the wind must have shifted it, and it took video of over there, not over there.
Not over there. And it usually comes that way.
Let's see. Mike says, that's cool. I said to him not to scrap it. He was going to after he was caught the last time. I bet. I've heard about the stories about that. Those that don't know, Railroad Mike's Alaska was friends of Jim and Nancy's. Nancy's still around, but he knew them
not
really
around
well.
Here, but around.
He's been to the property before we purchased it quite a few times. I'm trying to get him to come up and visit one of these days. I want to get some of the stories from Jim about Jim.
Yes.
So he knows a lot of the little secrets that Jim did up here and got in trouble for. He actually built a little cart that sat on the railroad tracks and was zipping down the tracks and got caught. It looks like it uses a little model airplane motor on it. Actually, I think it's a bicycle tire rubber motor. But I wouldn't mind having it for an emergency reason. If one of us had to get out and it was a bad situation, we couldn't get flown out, I'd drag it down there and throw it on the tracks and go. We do have a radio that I can communicate with the train on if need be. We're not supposed to, but it could be done if needed.
They're good about emergencies.
Yeah. Well, we don't know.
And we haven't had any, but rumor has it.
Yep. John says
they have a reputation that's stellar.
John says your watch hours will skyrocket. They have been, John, doing that live. Those who don't know, I've been doing a live feed of the weather around the property on not a regular basis. Every couple of days, I'll put it up for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours at a time to help with my watch hours. And it's been working and gaining me subs too. So it's been kind of nice. Onto it, Ozzy says, when my daughter was in grade school, she made a Christie ornament. We use it still. I will email you a pic when I unpack the deck. Nice, Bron.
Nice. Thank you.
And Ashley says, Curmudge, the weather feed seems really popular. How has it increased your watch hours?
A lot.
Depending on how long I do it. I get anywhere from 10 to 40 hours, 50 hours of watch time every time I do it, depending on how long I do the live stream, which is pretty good. The best data, I think I had 10 people on average in there, and that one went for 7 hours. So that's pretty good averages to me. I mean, that's an extra 60 hours that I didn't have to do anything except for every now and then stop by the computer and chat. But it was on days I was doing a lot of work inside, so I could just pay attention and usually check it on my phone as well. On to what Oz says, so is upholstery. We hoard everything because you never know what whole bit you may need, right?
Yeah.
Ashley says, Oz, you can always post on your channel so we can see it. Yep. Just can't throw anything out. Nope. Well, and there's a lot of that up here.
There's a lot of that up here. Anything that ever got up here is still here.
Yep. I've got a snow machine over there that I don't know what's wrong with it, and I'll tear into it one day, and if it doesn't work, it's going to get turned into a snow mutt, kind of like a snow dog. It's just a mutt because it's not a brand. Ed says, I'm back. Long phone call from work. They all good, Ed?
Oh, boy. Hope it's good.
I should be paid consultant fees.
Right, indeed.
Yes, you should. You're off the clock.
Indeed.
Mike says, oh, yes, I was there a few times. It's been 10 years since I've been up. I look forward to come up at some point and tell you some stories. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We'll have to, if you come up here, we'll have to call Nancy.
Yes.
We haven't spoke to her in about a month. I sent her a video of the kitchen about a month ago, and she was all happy. That's what I says. Ash, when I get it in interval again, I'll get a new phone and do a few of my own. Good. Nice. Billy says, would love to see a visit from Rebel Mike. wife and I were big fans of Jim and Nancy. They were
Yeah.
best part of Railroad. Yeah,
They were.
there was a number of people that were really good on the show.
But they were the best.
Jim and Nancy were really good.
Mhm.
Jack, the guy that worked downtown at the depot, was a really good guy. Everybody was sad to see him go. Oh, hang on a second.
Oh,
All right, John, go
yeah.
spend time with Kayla, brother.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk to you soon. Give me a call sometime tomorrow when you guys aren't busy and your early evening, my late afternoon, or my afternoon. We'll chat some more. Tell Kayla I said hi. Bye, Angie.
Bye, Angie.
Keep him in line.
Oh, silly man, that can't be done.
Right. But yeah, JT was a character. Unfortunately, we did not get to meet JT. He passed like a week after we got here,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Yep.
The other one we were really tickled to meet was oh God, I just had a brain fart.
Orville?
No,
No.
he was a conductor.
Oh, the conductor. Oh, shoot.
Mike, what's his name?
What's
They
his
forced
name?
him to retire, Mike.
Wonderful man. Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, the train forced him to retire, and then he passed.
Yes.
He was like, "Don't make me retire, or I'll die," and he did.
And he was so healthy.
Yep. Harry. It was Harry.
Harry was amazing.
He was a really good guy. When we get on the train to come up to look at the property, everybody had their mask on. He goes, "Take those damn things off. We are family."
Here.
It's like, yeah.
He was a great
That was in the middle of COVID. So
and he knew us immediately. He remembered us.
Yep.
When we were brand spanking new here. Just great.
Railroad Mike's the last guy. She would get a kick out of that. She was super nice. She still is super nice.
She is generous to a fault.
Yep.
Tells us anything we need to know about the property.
Yep.
And is interested to hear what we have.
And then she finds out that
doing.
certain things were done after she sold the property, and she just shakes her head. I guess when she sold the place to the prior owners, they left a lot of stuff up here, figuring it would just stay with the property, and it didn't. They wound up taking the stuff out, which it's theirs. I can't blame them for that. But
they did buy the property.
Yeah, had it been me, I'm not taking all that stuff out of here. Just add it onto the price. Those other snow machines, four wheelers, log splitters, stuff like that. You know what? Just jack the price up, leave it. Sure. That kind of stuff's replaceable. Yes, Harry Ross, Mike. Yep. Yes. Great guy.
Great guy.
See, I have a few stories he told me from way back. I'll have to tell you, please.
Oh, do.
I never met Animal. He's one of the workers on the train that you saw with Bill Bivens. And actually, Bill Bivens has become a good friend of ours as well.
Wonderful.
When I went down to get the stuff off the train the other day, he was hanging out the engine waving. And I'm like, what the hell? You're supposed to be working on the freight train going south.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm here right now. So I got to send him another message on Facebook and tell him, hey, if you're going to be on a train, you got to tell me so I can throw some cinnamon buns at you.
Your way.
But, a lot of the folks are on the train. Wanda and I kind of were a little rough around the edges at first. Wanda has been with the train for almost 40 years, and she is a stickler when it comes to the rules. But cinnamon buns work on everybody. I don't care who the hell you are. You get one of my cinnamon buns and things, your attitude's going to change. Good night, P&J. Good to see you in here. Trying to fill the freezer up. Have a great night. Yes, please go get some Bambi.
Ooh, Bambi's dad.
Yeah. Well, Bambi was a boy.
Yeah. But he was a baby.
Yeah, he grew up.
Oh.
Mike says you should have been here in the early 2000s when the hurricane turn used bud cans. That was a real experience. Bud cans. Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that one to me, Mike. Good night, PJ from Dusty Bottom Boys and Ashley and Billy. And Ashley's dropping some links. Mike says, oh, yes, Wanda will let you know if you made her unhappy. Oh, yes, she will. But like I said, cinnamon buns make everybody happy. I'm not the best chef in the world and the best pastry cook, but there's always something about homemade.
There
If Sean in
is.
Alaska's in here, he's a baker. He'll tell you. It's something about comfort food.
It is.
And I don't care who you are, if you've got an attitude, somebody hands you a nice piece of sliced fresh bread that's just cool enough where you can cut into it without damaging the bread, or a cinnamon bun or a cookie, your attitude changes. Don't ever mess with a Rhonda. Not Rhonda, Wanda. Wanda. On Tudazi, I want a photo of that train to put on my wall for motivation. I get you one. Dusty says, Rob, is that the same show that was where some young girl got dropped off by the train somewhere with her baby? Yes. Yes. Yep.
That was the same show.
Some of the people that they claimed were off grid were on grid or were in town. Hate to say it, JT lived over off Woodpecker. He was on the road system. I don't know if he had power at the house or not, but he was on the road system. And yes, the house.
But he was a character.
Yeah, the house looked like the way they showed in the show, where it was a greenhouse around the house. Pretty cool. I think after his passing, I think the kids took over. Mike might be able to fill in better on that one there. There's a lot of cool history, especially about the show up in this area. There's what's his name? Danny, I think it was, Mike, that lived on the place way up on the side of the mountain to get his snow machine lifted out. I've met him 3 or 4 times at the bank. He was a really nice guy, kind of a hippie guy. His outhouse was kind of like Ed's 2-story, what Ed needs. He called it his throne. Interesting guy. On Twitter, I will take one when I get there too. Yes, definitely. Or a Wanda. Dusty Bottom Boys, yes. On Twitter, oh, thanks, you're welcome. Mike says, yes, Dusty Bottom Boys, there was actually a completely fake situation. Yeah, because who's going to forget the formula for a baby?
Yeah, right, not going to happen.
That was, as soon as I seen it, I'm like, even before, with Sarah and I watched, I'm like, man, there's something wrong with that situation. Who's going to leave their baby formula in town when you're on a whistle stop train? Not happening. But it's for viewers. Not everybody understands that kind of situation, So, I mean, I don't fully understand because I've never been on the show, but talking to people that we know have been on there and stuff like that is a little different. Dramatization done poorly was all I could think. Yeah, very much.
That was the sketchiest part of the show that I remember.
Mike confirmed, yes, one of JT's kids took over the property.
Good.
Yeah. I haven't, the Lovels, we did meet the Lovels.
We did.
We actually have a couple of their books signed. They're really nice. They actually moved up here in the 60s. Or was it the 50s?
Late 60s, early
70s.
70s, I believe.
They've got an interesting book.
Really. The first book that Mary wrote is really beautiful. It's just like sitting down for a chat with her, which I have done. Very short on the train.
Yep.
They came 2 years, so I was on the train. Rob didn't go to the party last year,
one,
but I did, and they were both there.
Yep.
And it's really inspiring.
Yep.
They were there at the beginning of the when things were really homesteading, when you had to clear so much land to get so much land.
Yep.
And
the old system for doing
the real system when it was actually honestly a homestead.
Yep.
And they raised their kids there.
Yep.
And the kids are all still around.
Yep.
They don't all live up here, but they keep the property and
they help their grandparents with the properties.
They help a lot.
CNJR says that in the Kilters are just off the eastbound road out of Homer. Yep, this is very true.
Wow, nice. Yeah.
Yes, Dan Mulwinnie. He's my mother's neighbor, says Mike. That's good to know.
Oh,
yeah, he's a nice guy. Gary's wife, EG wife says, wait, what show is that? It's Railroad Alaska, EG.
Railroad Alaska.
Now, a lot of people don't know our property was actually on the TV show. Or our house was a property. Yeah, our property was on the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Mike says, oh man, that the film crew for the first season got run out of Talkeetna. Oh, were they causing problems?
Oh, I bet. Oh boy.
Ashley, easy wife. Sorry, I can't help. Don't have TV. And now, Mike, I'm curious.
Oh.
How'd they approach Jim for the show? Did somebody get off the train and come up to the house? Because that's not something I would have done. Not with Jim. Not with the stories I have heard. Mike says in 1965, the Lovels are the last homesteaders that claimed land under the original Homestead Act.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I think that actually the last ones actually still have the property in their names.
And they still have the property.
I think my friend Harold has the last pattern on the homestead, if I remember right, for what he was telling me from whenever it went out. I can't remember the last one that they did. Wow. I think they've done a couple small ones. Billy says the fake crap on the so-called reality shows is why I watch YouTube instead of broadcast TV. Yeah, but see, some of the stupid stuff on broadcast TV is quite entertaining, and some of it
silly.
You can glean some knowledge on how to do things like that. Like we've been watching the Last Alaskans and seeing how
that seems to be very well done.
Yeah, seeing how they live, and I'm sure some of it is dramatized and things like that, and things are over exaggerated, and that's fine. But it's interesting seeing a different part of the state that I've never seen, without a lot of the too much showmanship. Now, from what I understand, that some of the people on there are really decent people. Bob Hart, I guess, was really nice person. Jaimo and Edna and
they seem to be quite real.
Yeah, and then God, I just had a brain fart. Ashley and her husband.
Oh yeah. Yeah, with the new baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't know how much that's over dramatized or anything like that, but it's a show I do enjoy watching. We've blown through almost a whole season already.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that famous of a house, Easy Wife.
They did a beautiful handling of Bob's death. I can't remember his last name. He had cancer.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike
he was
says
up here like 45 years.
Mike says my place is one of the very first homesteads in Montana Creek. It was built before the statehood. It was a real farm too. Nice, Mike.
Yes, wonderful.
Very nice.
Boy,
from what I was told,
good history.
Scouts rode the hurricane turn.
Wow. Really? Oh, yeah.
Oh
boy.
I really wish I could have been a bug on the wall. One of them guys come walking up Jim's trail. That's like, some of you know that I was interviewed by Life Below Zero, but Mountain Men, they were supposed to be doing, I don't know if they did or not, coming up with a new show called Mountain Men Alaska Edition. They actually sent somebody up here to talk to me.
You're right.
And at the time, they wanted me to run trap lines. I'm like, I can't.
We can't.
Number one, I don't have the experience up here, and I have a neighbor that traps here, and he's been here for,
it's his livelihood.
15, 20 years trapping. I'm not gonna step on somebody's bounds. No. That's not how I do things. It's a respect thing. And I respect the gentleman that does the trapping here. He stops by, we talk. I'm not gonna do that to him. He knows I'm gonna be doing stuff up behind my property. He says, I can't stop you. He says, but I don't want you, going across my line, and I won't go across his line. No. Mike says again, well, let's say the film crew were causing lots of trouble for locals, aside from other issues in other parts of Alaska. They really tried to get me on the the film crews can cause drama.
It was a wild ride, I bet.
Yeah, that's like that British show that did the little stint on the hurricane here about a year ago, last winter. They were asking for people to be interviewed for this show from the UK, and they wanted real people that lived on the hurricane trail, the hurricane turn train. I always make contact with, and they asked me to get them in touch with Shannon Cartwright and the Lovels, and I said Lovels are no go, they won't. But Shannon Cartwright, I believe, did. And even though we're on the hurricane turn, there, north of Talkeetna, there are parts between here, Talkeetna and Willow and Wasilla, where you can use it in the wintertime, but not in the summertime, because the hurricane turn is only from Talkeetna to Hurricane and back. They chose some person that lives on a train, on the train tracks in Wasilla, to do the interview. So it doesn't even ride the train every day. Clue. Yeah, they don't even ride the train, except maybe once in a blue moon, and they got chose over me and Sarah to actually use it on
it's our lifeline.
It's our only way in and out. They chose them over people like us that are the ones that really experience it, not somebody that lives in town. So
It means everything to us.
it doesn't really make me mad, but it's just like, why would you do that? Why would you take
Right.
somebody that's not the real thing, and instead of somebody that's actually living it?
Mhm.
But that's production companies too.
Yeah. Well, we were a little bit new then.
No, we've been
Not
here over a
that-
year.
Yeah, that's true. Over a year. We learned a lot in that year.
And Billy says, I'm
There's a lot more to
surprised Jim
learn.
did not shoot whoever it was that approached him
Yeah.
about the show, right? Well, the funny situation I've been told, I think Mike might have said something about it as well. Somebody come up here on a snow machine in the middle of wintertime, 2 people on sleds. And they come right out here in front of this house. There's a trail that comes down that goes right up to where the cabin is, which you guys see in the live streams every now and then. And they were coming down the hill, and Jim walked out with his big 454 Casull and said, "What are you doing?" And I guess they didn't really give an answer he liked, and he shot the snow machine, and it died on the spot.
Right.
And the other guy got on the other guy's machine, and he left town.
Mhm.
So yeah, the Seldons. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're still watching. I think we're in the final season, Ed, and we're really enjoying it. But yeah, no, Jim's got some stories.
Mhm.
I'm slowly learning about the stories, and it keeps me kind of interested. It's kind of why I want to get Mike up here. I want to have a sit down. Maybe we'll do a live with that and go over that stuff. And the last live I had mentioned, I've been talking with Discovery about getting reels from them from the show to use, to compare the property from when Jim and Nancy were here and on the show to us. I have to go through some hoops. I can't do anything until I get my LLC paperwork finished and my EIN number in, because they charge you for the footage. I don't know what the price is yet. I don't know if it's going to be price inhibitive or what, but I'm still in the works with Discovery about that. Hopefully I can get the okay to use some of the footage, and I'll tell them what they want, and we'll go from there.
That's about the B&B.
Yeah. Well, it's about for YouTube. I want to do some of the highlights on it. Yeah. I was at a station rat, so I got to know a lot of the off-gridders. Grew up around the train, so I got to see and meet a lot of people from all over the world. I remember meeting a couple of scouts. Yep. There was a production company on there a while ago, and I met them on the train. I was talking to some of the film crew. We're leaving satellite TV and going to IPTV box. I don't know what that is. Internet provider TV. Ed says to Mike, "Did you ever meet Curtis Brock, the guy who built my place? He named the lake after his mother." Oh, that's cool. I think you said something to me about that, Ed. Ed, I was looking on Nancy Trump's Facebook page, and Nancy Trump is actually the owner of Latitude, the restaurant in town. And there's a picture of you in there, Ed. Billy says, "Sarah, Rob, was your house owned by someone that was that showed the show followed?" Yes, it was owned by Jim and Nancy James, the gentleman with the hook for a left hand. Cranky old guy. That's part of how the place got its name, the Curmudgeon.
Yes.
We just changed the spelling it around a little bit because Curmudgeon. JR says, "I was a couple of movie sets when I'm flying to for Wayne Rogers. The camera and sound crew were a rowdy bunch, I'm sure."
I bet.
It is Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Hi, Rebecca. Good to see you in here. And Mike says, "Curtis Brock sounds familiar," and I just lost there it goes. And there's BBQ Mike G. When I eat sardines, I bait my trap with the can, and lots of times I get a possum and skunks. I release them into Coyote Corner of my wilderness preserve. I bet. I don't want to mess with the skunks. I'm glad we don't have them up here. Entourage says, "Here we are not considering locale in a new place. It's been 30 years or more. LOL." Anybody saying hi to Rebecca? And Ashley dropped the link. And she says hello to us. And there's Melody and Ryan from My Wild Home. Good to see you guys in here. We've got about 7 minutes before we got to go. Somebody drop a link for Adam and Phyllis, please. And if you're not familiar with Adam and Phyllis, you got to go to Happy Hour because they're hysterical.
They're so much fun.
they're really good people. We love them both to death, and they've got
Just
their
to
son
bits.
down there now, and
They're
2
so
more
excited.
dogs.
Yes. Big
Yeah.
ones.
It says Tim Butcher was the second guy on the lake. He showed me my property, and I
Oh,
said,
nice.
I think I'm actually about caught up. I think I'm actually caught up on the comments. Mike says, yeah, I know, Tim. Did you ever meet Twig, real Alaskan pioneer?
Wow.
I think he's talking to Ed.
Mm,
Oh yeah, I know, Tim. Do you? Okay, I just read that.
good.
And see, I still haven't finished my drink yet, and I'm seeing double.
Oh, no. Yeah.
My wild home says, hello, Rob. Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
Right, it's actually vice versa. I did
They-
my name first instead. Sorry.
Well, there you are.
Ed says, never met Twig.
Mm.
My wild home, happy faces. Yes, always happy faces.
That's one of my things is I don't get to meet a lot of people. Because last winter I was here for 7 months.
Yep. She didn't.
I
Both
didn't
years
go-
she didn't go between 6
I
and
didn't
7 months.
go
She didn't go to town.
No. And that's okay with me.
Yep.
I do like summer to get out. But if I like it here.
Yep.
I really like it here.
And our goal this year is to not go into town except for once or twice all winter.
All winter. I won't
And
go
right
away.
now it's actually looking pretty promising.
Yeah, it is.
And
We're
Twitter
getting
says,
organized.
Thanks as always. Take care. Goodbye, Aunt Ozzy. Good seeing you in here. I got a couple questions for you. I'm going to drop you an email later on.
Okay.
Ed says, I love the Lat 62. The tourists get scared away when they come in and see all the locals in there.
I was the first time we walked in. I stood there and I looked at me and I looked at them and I said,
I said, I like this place.
But I'm not much of a bar person either in general. But I did go to a Christmas party there and there was a great band, bunch of old guys, really good. And we had a ball.
Yep.
Mhm. That was the first
Yeah.
year we were here.
Yep.
That first Christmas.
JR says 10 minutes to Adam and Phyllis. So we'll cut out about 3 minutes before they come on. So we can go over there and bomb them and make them have to go like this with their scrolling. Melody and Ryan, do you like the lives then, Sarah? So glad you like.
I can do the live.
Let me finish. So glad you like it there so much. I feel the same about our place. I need to be around I don't need to be around anyone else. She actually does rather well on her own. She does really good on her own.
Fine on my own.
I worried about her last fall when I had to go down to Florida after my mom got nailed by that hurricane. And
That was a harder one.
I stressed over the week that I was down in Florida. I mean, I was constantly calling her, texting her, why aren't you answering me? Are you okay? Is the generator running? Is the battery charged? Is Zeus getting out? Is Zeus coming in?
Yeah. Yes, 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 and yes.
Mrs. Alaska, it's been fun watching. Good night, guys. Good night, Tony.
Tony.
It was a pleasure to have you guys in here. Maddie K says bye to Tony at Mitchell's in Alaska. Well, it's been a good live.
It has. We appreciate you guys.
Yep.
This is my party time.
Yeah.
This is as social as I get.
We look forward to this every week.
And I do look forward
to be able to sit down and BS with you guys. And yes, like I said, I am skipping over all the chatter in between each other's. I'm looking for the questions, things like that. But please.
To one another. We like our friends to be friends.
Yes.
With each other.
Yeah. It just, I don't want to get too far behind in comments. Everybody has questions, things like that. So I kind of scroll past a lot of those things. E.g. wife, I love the live episodes. We like them.
Yeah, it's a party for me.
Yeah. So these are things we look forward to every week, and we have a little system we do. We come in, we do our lives, and we go and watch Adam and Phyllis with their live. And then we end up talking on the phone for half an hour afterwards. Then we have the nights when Alone does hers and we go in and help her. I go in, I'm starting now to help Sean. Yep. I'm helping Sean in Alaska with his lives, moderating, just keeping any trolls out. And we didn't get hit by trolls tonight. So that's a good sign. There's other channels like, don't
look at me.
Scott with Rambling with the Brums.
Oh, yes.
I help him a little bit and a few others, it's good. And
it's a good social network.
You guys, you're not just subscribers, you're friends and family. You may not know each and every individual one of you. Don't know your faces. I know, very few faces that are actually on here, where I've seen faces, aside from on videos, but you're all kind of special to us. We're thankful for all of you. Our channel has done more than I ever really expected it to. I mean, yes, I've had successful YouTube channels, but this was just more of a fun one to, kill time originally is what it started for. For me, because, in the dead of winter, when I got nothing to do, I'm not one to sit idle.
No,
that's
he's
why we
not a
kinda
good
started
sitter
it.
around her.
So being able to do all this, and then meeting all of you, has been a blessing to us. It gives us something to look forward to. Yes, at time I can get kind of hectic when I'm trying to edit videos, trying to film things, and things don't go right. Batteries die, footage gets lost. I've got
The water freezes.
Water freezing. I got 3 memory cards sitting up here that I've got to send back to Amazon or wherever I got them from because they no longer work. So there's little things like that I get frustrated with, but then I have the time to come in here for the lives and chat with you guys. So it makes it nice. It makes it really nice. It is nice, but has crappy access. You have no idea. Oh, must be talking about his place.
Yeah.
But you guys have all, kind of grown on us just like we've grown on you. And not in a bad way.
No.
So, let's if somebody wants to drop a link real quick to Adam and Phyllis, we'll all run over there and get on their live and pass to them for the next, hour or two. And see what kind of shenanigans those two get into. Because,
they do.
Adam and
something
Phyllis
going.
and I are as bad with this stupid thing as
Always
they
doing
are.
something fun.
But they're really good people, and just like you guys, everybody here is just great. We appreciate you all. And before I forget, everybody have a great and filling Thanksgiving, and let us know in a post on the comments what you're grateful for. We're grateful to have all you guys, for each other, our home, stuff like that.
Speaking,
I was gonna say, where's the dog? He's quiet.
It's right there.
Yeah. Let me see if I got any quick questions or anything like that. Nope. Everybody's saying goodbye.
Bye.
All right, Miss Alone, thank you for moderating. Dusty Bottom
Thank
Boys,
you
thank you
for
for moderating.
everything.
JR, Ashley, both of you, thank you for moderating. Ed, thank you for being here as well and moderating. Brooke Trout, Mike, everybody. There's a lot of folks in here, and I don't want to have to go through it all. I'll just who I see pop up, I'll name. Anyways, y'all have a great day. Rebecca, if you're still in here, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. I saw you had your live early. I was not able to get on there. So let's all
miss many.
Let's all head over to Adam and Phyllis, pester them, and we will see you guys next week. As always. Bye. See you over there. Go get them. Tell them we sent you. Pester them. Hit the like button for them. Bye, guys. And thank you, Ashley.